Okay, looking at number 6 through 10 on the math review sheet, week 13. Number 6, I'm not going to do this one with you because it's basically you can just draw the pictures to determine which one of these is true. So it says determine which letter best shows the fractions ordered from the least to the greatest. So from least to greatest. And again, they give you four different options, four different choices, and so you can determine that by you can draw pictures um, to do that. That's number 6. Number 7. Let's look at this one. It says the line plot shows the capacity of 12 containers. How many containers are more than half full? Now the key word here is more than half full. Okay? So let's look at this a little bit closer. Okay, so it looks something similar to this. All right, so again, we're looking for more than half. Okay, so we have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then 1 whole. Um, just so you know, the 1/2 here is 4/8. 4/8 reduces to 1/2. So this is my halfway point right here. So if I'm looking for the containers that are more than 1/2, so if it's more, that means I'm not even going to count 1/2. So it's everything after 1/2. Okay? And then basically once you do that, you then just count. So more than 1/2, that means these are eliminated, these are eliminated, and these are not going to count. Okay, so I have 1, 2, and 3 left. So my answer is 3. Okay? So again, the key thing is here is more than 1/2. A lot of times people will just see half and they'll count all the ones that are half as well. But we can't do that because it says more than 1/2. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's number 7. And you have one similar to that, number 17 on the back. All right, let's look at number 8. It says Ethan's backpack has a mass of 6 kilograms. What is the mass of the backpack in grams? So the key word here is kilograms, and we had this in science as one of your word stems. So kilo. Okay. So kilo means, just as a review, means 1,000. Okay. So I have 6 kilograms. So how many would that be? Okay. So again, kilo means is the same thing as 1,000, and I have 6 of them, 6 kilograms. So you should be able to determine what the answer for that would be. Would it be 60,000, 6,000, 600, or 60? All right. So let's look at number 9. It says a four-sided shape with all sides and angles congruent is best called a blank. So we have a four-sided shape with all sides and angles congruent is best called a blank. Now, congruent means identical in form. Okay, it means we can change them around and they're the exact same. So for this one, the sides and the angles are identical. So if I had 4 sides, okay, and they're all going to be the same. Okay, see how this angle, the same as this angle, same as this angle, same as this angle. See, the angles are congruent with each other. The sides are congruent with each other. So that gives you what shape? What shape was that? Okay. So this one would be a square. Now you have one pretty much exactly like this one on the back, number 19, that you're going to have to kind of have to do the same thing. It'll be a different answer, but it's the same thing. So just remember, congruent means identical in form. See if the angles are the same. Okay. And the last one, number 10. It says the tallest building in the United States is the Sears Tower in Chicago. A plane was flying at 4,000 feet in the sky, and a skydiver jumped out. After he had fallen 2,000 feet, he was just 550 feet higher than the top of the Sears Tower. How tall is the Sears Tower? So, let's kind of look at this one. Yeah. So he started off at 4,000 feet. Okay. And he jumped out. So we would say this is the plane here. He jumped out and he had fallen 2,000 feet. Okay. So at this point, we'll pretend this is the Sears Tower right here. At this point, at 2,000 feet, he's 550 feet higher than the Sears Tower. Okay? So again, he jumps out of a plane at 4,000 feet. Once he's at 2,000 feet, he's only 550 feet higher than the Sears Tower. So what you need to figure out is how tall is this Sears Tower here? Okay? How tall is the Sears Tower? So at 2,000 feet, he's 550 feet higher than the height of the Sears Tower. Okay, so what you will want to do here is at 2,000 feet, he's 550 feet higher. So I'm going to subtract to determine how tall the Sears Tower is. I'm not going to do the subtraction. Just remember, when you guys are doing the subtraction, though, we had some problems yesterday with this. Remember, when you have all these zeros and you're having to borrow, make sure you borrow in order, and make sure you replace the number after each time you borrow. That's very important in getting the correct answer. So do your subtraction here, and then your answer will be the height of the Sears Tower. So again, just make sure when you're doing your subtraction, if you need to borrow, make sure that you're borrowing and then replacing each time. Okay? And that is 1 through 10 for week 13 review sheet.